Miles Davis once said that you could describe the history of jazz in 4 words: Louis Armstrong, Charlie Parker. This forms a line, beginning with Louis Armstrong's recordings of the 1920s, leading to Charlie Parker in the 1940s. But the line doesn't end with Charlie Parker. Steve Coleman mentioned a statement made by Duke Ellington that you could look at jazz in general form in terms of 3 musicians: Louis Armstrong, Charlie Parker, and John Coltrane. He maintained that in some ways most other musicians grew out of these 3. Steve Coleman found this statement to be true in a sense, if a little oversimplified. The musician Anthony Braxton named this line the Armstrong-Parker-Coltrane continuum. As I explained in the previous video, according to the pianist Vijay Iyer and other musicians, Steve Coleman is an influential innovator on a par with John Coltrane. Which is why I would extend the Armstrong-Parker-Coltrane line to include Steve Coleman, bringing it up to the present day. This line forms the main strand of jazz history and expresses what jazz is better than any attempt at a theoretical definition. Superficially, the music of these masters differs widely, but at their core is always the same kind of playing, which I will now attempt to demonstrate. The importance of Louis Armstrong's recordings from the 1920s lies in the fact that they were the first in which a jazz musician took center stage with brilliant melodic solos. The rhythm section provided the foundation, and on top of that, Louis Armstrong played on the trumpet, or to be more precise, the cornet, captivating melodic lines full of rhythmical movement. By the 1940s, Charlie Parker had taken this art form to a whole new level, but it was still founded upon the same principle. He played wonderful melodic lines on the alto saxophone, above a now highly modified foundation. In John Coltrane's music from the first half of the 1960s, the foundation has again changed profoundly, and his improvisations on the larger tenor saxophone sound very different, even though Charlie Parker's initial influence on him was strong. But Coltrane's powerful, stirring and uplifting playing is basically still an advanced form of what Louis Armstrong had already done. Around 1990, Steve Coleman created a completely new contemporary foundation with ingeniously constructed rhythms, above which his improvisations on the alto saxophone take breathtaking melodic flight. In the next video, I will define the Armstrong, Barker, Coltrane, Steve Coleman line in a little more detail.